It's 5:30. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Paula, can you take roll call?
Certainly. Mark Miller.
Present.
Ms. Carlson.
Here.
And Paula Crooker, present.
I'd like to make a motion to approve last month's minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Chris, can you go over the financials, please?
Yes. All right. We started with a beginning balance of $1,049,000.63. We got deposits of $124.17. We wrote checks this last month for $53,793.20. Our ending balance is $995,331. Taking into account that we also have a balance in our bond fund of $155,080.60, which we're not spending. So the deposit or the expenses for the month, utilities, payroll, services like accounting and all that. We had some tree work done last month. That was a big one, but the rest of them are all typical normal expenses. And our payroll taxes we paid to the United States government, that was fun too. So looks like we have two payrolls on this one. So this pay period actually paid officers pay twice. Once at the beginning of the month and once at the end of the month. Probably the way the accounting period ran.
Yeah.
So other than that, any questions on the financials?
Yeah.
Questions?
Motion to approve the financial statement.
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Chris, can you go over the road assessors report, please?
There's not a lot to talk about on the road assessors report. The contracts are signed. All the work is allotted. I have not got a schedule yet. You haven't seen Pave the Way in your neighborhood at all, have you? Which tells me that they haven't. I asked them to give me the schedule. I still haven't got a schedule, but I've executed all the contracts. And they're supposed to give every street they work on, they're supposed to give them at least a week's notice they're coming.
What theoretically notices on the door?
Probably, or we're stuffed in a mailbox. So I don't have anything new. We do have, so the end of this month, we'll be getting our next deposit. For the remaining balance of the year, my intention is to start looking over projects to fill the second half of the year now. So we need to start looking over what's potentially out there. Paul has given me a list of different things that need to happen. But I mean, that's where I'm at with the road assessors report.
Okay. For new business,
I have new business too.
Okay. For new business, I've been in contact with the president of St. Cloud. They did their roads. They fixed their roads, right? Because they're a private HOA up in Crestview Improvement District. So they didn't really get them up to county standards, but they called me asking what that would take. And I told them that would be strictly a call for Sedgwick County. So I informed them of who to talk to. What they're trying to get to is their roads to be up to standards like Villas 2 did so they can go public. So eventually they're looking for probably assistance and help because it's a pretty big chunk of change when it's just the residents.
Well, for them to go
taking care of that.
If I remember right, don't they need to, aren't they owned by a private entity?
And
Somebody's estate or something?
That's another question is I believe that they're still under that. And the county fortunately helps us figure all that stuff out. So
yeah, Gwendolyn M. Forsey. That is the person listed as owning all their public land.
So I reiterated, that really everything falls under the county.
Yeah, they're going to have to go through the county to figure that out.
We don't, the township doesn't make the decisions to do any of that. So they have to go and they've got to figure it out through them. So I gave them the resources and the contacts to do that. So, and we'll see what derives from it. But the Villas 2.
Hopefully Lynn looks at the roads a little better than he did for Villas 2.
Chris,
right.
Yeah.
And the only other thing was I've also been getting calls from the HOA presidents up on the north side of Central. Chris can probably talk a little bit more about that, but there's a lot of construction going on the south side on Central. And
it's so all that work, all the stuff happening on Central. The Central is this. It's a City of Wichita's road. It's not our road.
That's right.
So everything going on is a City of Wichita project. I don't have any visibility into what they're doing.
What I'm assuming after doing a little bit of research is that they're probably upgrading the road because of the construction that's going on the south side. That's my only assumption, but that is a city project. The road city, the construction on the south side is officially annexed by the city. So that's what they've got going on. So any construction that's going on, and I think Acno was the president of St. Cloud that asked me about the wall. The wall there is also the city. I've reached out to the wall because I know that there's a piece that's kind of coming out. As far as maintaining the grass,
You're talking about the retaining wall.
that's right.
Yeah, the retaining wall is definitely the city.
The grass is our responsibility to maintain it, mow it, which is what you've been doing. And I know that you brought it up many times, but the city, I've told them about the wall. It's kind of sketchy looking. So hopefully that, yeah. All right, go ahead for your new business.
Okay, so my new business kind of ties into old business. We've been talking about the East Kellogg Improvement Project that's been going on and has officially started last month. So 143rd Street from Harry to Kellogg has that project has been awarded to Wildcat Construction, who also has the East Kellogg Improvement Project. So this Thursday, May 14th, there is a public meeting at the fire station on Greenwich for the 143rd Improvement Project. Now, the KDOT's project runs from Kellogg to the first bridge and maybe a little bit past. And then this project picks up that piece and runs it all the way to Harry and also includes the Harry intersection. The construction will begin this month with a completion date of second quarter 2027. So it's an 18-month project, roughly 18-month project. We'll see. They say a year. I'm betting with weather delays, it's 18. So there's another 6 months on it. The project will reconstruct 143rd Street from Kellogg to Harry to include 2 lanes each direction and a center 2-way turn lane, a 10-foot wide multi-use path on the west side, and a 6-foot wide sidewalk on the east side. The project will also include drainage improvements along with the new traffic signal at Harry and 143rd. Beginning in May, traffic will be reduced to 1 lane for southbound only on 143rd from Harry to just south of Kellogg, which is Lakeshore Drive. Once the pavement replacement is complete, so this means on the back side of the bridge. So the bridge is between Edgewater and Lakeshore. So at the back side of the bridge, which is Lakeshore Drive to Harry, will be 1-way south until they have pavement, which I'm anticipating, unless they're really on it, we're talking 9 to 12 months of 1-way traffic. Because they have to construct the subgrade as well, which is not there at this time. It's a ditch. Once the pavement replacement is complete on the west half of 143rd Street, traffic will open to 1 lane each direction for the remainder of the project. Harry Street 2-way traffic will be maintained throughout the project. Electronic message signs will be placed in advance to notify motorists of any closures. Modified accesses will be maintained to residents along 143rd Street and Harry during this construction. Driveways with project limits will be reconstructed. Access to residential streets will be maintained during construction, either through the use of an alternate residential street or by phasing of construction activity. Ultimately, these improvements will be a lasting benefit, not just those in the immediate area, but also to the city as a whole. However, as any public improvement project, those impacted by construction will realize temporary inconvenience. Please know that we will make every effort to minimize the inconvenience to you and the traveling public, and for your support and cooperation is critical to ensure the success of this project. I say that because the single neighborhood affected by this, that is Minnehaha Township, is on the southeast corner of this intersection of 143rd and Kellogg. That is Springdale Country Club Estates. That is a Minnehaha Township neighborhood. It is surrounded on 4 sides by Wichita City, and 143rd Street is Wichita City Road. So there are constituents in Minnehaha Township affected by this. I encourage anybody who pays attention to this meeting via online or publicly, if you have a stake on that road or you have an interest in what's going on, attend the meeting Thursday night. It is 6 p.m. The fire station at 143rd, which is 2255 South Greenwich Road.
143rd, pretty much.
Can't be on the 143rd if it's on Greenwich.
That's
There's one at night.
so
that's
they're
on the
okay. So
43rd.
they moved it. It was supposed to be the 143rd fire station, is what they verbally told me, but it's actually the Greenwich fire station.
This one on
Pawnee
Greenwich.
and Greenwich.
It's
Yeah.
Pawnee and Greenwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a verbal that it was at 143rd. So
Make more sense.
they must have made a change. I don't know. Maybe they closed that meeting room.
You said 6 to 8 o'clock.
Yep. 6 p.m. It doesn't say when it ends, it just says 6 p.m. Public meeting.
That's
So-
the station, though.
So that's all I got on that.
Do you have any old business?
Just the East Kellogg Improvement Project is in full swing and full demolition.
Yeah. Paul, do you have anything?
Playing catch up. Finally got ditches sprayed. I've got overgrown everywhere.
I'd like to motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Favor?
Oh, aye.
Questions, comments?
You mentioned the road assessors reports. On Cascades, do you know if that's included? And then Springdale, they're telling me it's starting to crash again. I have not dripped it.
So Springdale's not included at this time, but it is one that Mark and I were reviewing before. I'm trying to figure out how to loop that in because it's a really long road and how far we go. Which part were they saying was cracking? Did they say? Because I think we were looking. I know for a fact that from the south entrance to the cul-de-sac is pretty bad, and we got to figure that one out. And then it's kind of, I don't know. There's a lot to it, but it is one we can look at again in phase. I think I got estimates for it already.
Do you know if the curbing on Cascades is on the first round?
I believe. Let me just. How about we just pull up the email? Give me 1 second. I think it was. It feels like it was because it's one with the asphalt and the curbs.
I think.
I'm trying to get rid of those, and I couldn't. Does that still have a cul-de-sac? Yeah, I think I had them give me an estimate to go to the cul-de-sac and stop. I would, but I'll confirm it in just a second here. Not responding. Give me a sec. Tech fail.
At this point, I don't even care. If it's dirt, I'll try and mow it. If it's rock, there's not much I can do.
Says you Stevens. Yeah. I must borrow dirt. We built a stack.
Said it's a point. And you do then though. It's done,
I got so I made the rain stress. So, yeah. His front there.
Okay, so Cascades, surface mill overlay, 4 inches, cold plane, clean out the areas, apply tack oil, machine, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so we're redoing Cascade, curve and gutter, and street up to the cul-de-sac, stopping at the cul-de-sac. So that, I think I got a map here of it.
And that's so. Do you think they'll give us a week's notice?
Yes.
And it should be sometime in the next month or so, maybe.
I hope. I told them they needed to. I basically told them due to the PGA tournament, they are not allowed to be present at all. Not mobilized, not road signs. A week before the tournament and the week after, that 2-week window, they cannot be there at all in any of the neighborhoods. So I said either get your work done before or get it done after, but you're not there during the tournament. So
When's that tournament?
it's June, end of June.
End of June, yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing Cascades up to where the cul-de-sac starts, and they're ending right there.
And that's because we won't get rid of the island. If we get rid of the island, you do the thing.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, because they can't make the radius. I mean, literally, the cul-de-sac cost me just as much as the entire road. That's how much. That's the difference, but trying to make it go around that island. So, yes. So I mean, ultimately, over in your neighborhood, the projects that are approved, because we're gonna do a mill and overlay at Tipperary, Shannon Circle, Cascades, and Hermitage. We're gonna go ahead and redo Hermitage, as well, and then we got a project over in Overbrook we're gonna do. So that's contracts are signed. I'm just waiting on them to give me a schedule. Pave the way as the contractor.
Pave the way. Thank you. I missed the last two. I'll do it. Bye-bye. And almost was traveling a ski also.
This is a busy month. Yeah.
Graduation parties are about to start.
Yeah. Maybe yeah.
Bill, you good? Good. No more for you. You're good. Okay, have other projects down there other than Springdale Road, and I do have a quote on doing Springdale Road. A lot of that curb and gutter that's laying flat. I've already got a quote on it. I just haven't executed it. I've got a cost per foot. So,
We've had a ton of issues with both Ideatech and AT&T just tearing up.
oh yeah, I drove by and saw all their gopher holes they had periodically do.
It's been a terrible experience. We're also finding all kinds of sprinkler issues from the sidewalk that was put in, but none of those are.
Well, yeah, because we didn't put the sidewalk in.
Yeah. Amazing. Been a challenge. But Ideatech, I mean, sewage flooded in Basehunts. They drilled through sewer lines. I mean, it was pretty.
Use my pen.
Well, theoretically, Ideatech held the contract, but they're hiring pretty much anybody who will dig a hole.
A Steve's Underground, a Lotto. I talked to the AT&T ref, or he was out wiring box or whatever. He's a no, yeah. Because we've had all kinds of complaints and
They have paid for their damages for us. It's just a lot of sewage trucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it's paid for or not by somebody else, it's still.
Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah, I mean, in our neighborhood, Ideatech ran all their lines, and that was fine. AT&T came in behind them in the open trench, severed Ideatech's lines.
And you got to assume that
Accident.
You're next.
I'm not laughing. No, we had trouble with them too. Not Ideatech with AT&T.
AT&T was by far worse.
Oh my gosh, horrible.
Yeah.
yeah, our guy said they were suing AT&T. That's what I heard. Yeah, because they kept damaging theirs. But he goes, now we got to go after Ideatech because they're damaging ours too.
They're using the same it's the subcontractors. They're just
they're damaging everybody's.
Yeah.
But
It's
now
ridiculous.
I keep seeing on Facebook posts that they're going like these contractors. They're going in people's backyard without permission and everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they drove a entire truck assembly up into my yard and parked in my yard to run lines. And my wife walked out there and told them they're trespassing, need to leave, or she was going to go get the gun.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
And they were literally, they're like, this is the easement. The easement ends at 20 feet. They were 60 feet in my yard.
Yeah, it's like, there's a road, park on that. Yeah, and they're not fixing anything. And
No.
he said,
I talked to Pete Meitzner about it. I also talked to the president of Wildcat when it came to the KDOT or the whole East Kellogg Improvement Project. So I've got the direct contact with the superintendent running that project. If any of the subcontractors are adversely affecting Minnehaha neighborhoods on that East Kellogg project, I'm just supposed to call them and they'll take care of it. So
there's that road we're always talking about right in your neighborhood there, just right that Kellogg little side road thing that they're on doing. You got, they say, are you going to be affected as far as 143rd?
Oh yeah.
Getting out?
Yeah, because that neighborhood only empties to 143rd.
Because one time I was by there, I noticed that one road. I mean, there's a house at the end, but there's some trees. I'm like, there's like a road right on the other side.
Yeah.
Springdale
Club.
Springdale Country Club Estate.
Estates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Springdale Lakes things is across the street.
And that's
Okay,
City
but
Wichita.
You're Springdale Country Club Estates.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we have 4 entrances. They all empty on 143rd.
143rd.
So I didn't know that one road that you guys have right next to Kellogg, if you could open it up.
They did open it up. The
Yeah.
construction teams opened it up so that they can go in and
Not
out.
there, at the other end,
Oh,
east end of it.
yeah.
I saw that. I'm going, man, there's a road right on the other side. You could just,
The problem is it's too close to the intersection to be a road. That's why they closed off both ends, because you can't stack traffic.
I didn't know, like a temporary one for you guys to get in and out.
Yeah.
But
Nobody cares about our neighborhood. It's fun. Is that all right? Thank you very much.